Do you feel exhausted, struggling to build muscle, or just missing that spark of motivation that you once had? What if I told you that boosting your testosterone naturally could help you to reclaim your energy and vitality, and there's no TRT, needles, prescription medications needed? In this video, I'm going to show you 10 proven ways to boost your testosterone. These are methods that are science-backed and generally work once you identify that underlying reason why your testosterone is low. Your hormones, including testosterone, they're not set in stone. They're constantly responding to signals like stress, sleep, poor nutrition, exercise, whether it's not enough, too much. Testosterone replacement therapy bypasses those mechanisms, and while it might help boost your levels, you're always on it for life. But you can restore your levels naturally and sustainably, and here's how. The first thing you want to do is a full hormone panel to really understand if your testosterone levels are low or not. This includes checking LH and FSH. That's the message from the brain to the testes to make testosterone. You want to check total testosterone, free testosterone, sex hormone binding globulin, and estrogen. And you want to check all of this because you want to know what your total levels are and what your free levels are. And the free levels are the most important. They're the metabolically active version of testosterone. You also want to check estrogen because you want to see if you are aromatizing testosterone to estrogen. All of these things help to understand why your testosterone might be out of balance and how to fix it. First thing we want to do is address nutritional deficiencies. Things like vitamin A are crucial for testosterone production and testicular health. Vitamin D enhances testosterone synthesis and supports overall hormonal balance. Iron is necessary for enzyme involved in steroid hormone production. You don't want too much or too little iron though. Magnesium and zinc are also important cofactors in producing steroid hormones like testosterone. B vitamins, especially B1, B2, B3, they support energy metabolism, which is directly tied to testosterone production. You also need the right balance of electrolytes, and vitamin K2 and boron are also important for testosterone production. So how do you know you're low in these nutrients? Most doctors are not testing for these nutrients, but you can assess all of these plus a lot more, including amino acids, through the Vibrant Wellness micronutrient panel. I'll leave links to these tests in the description below. And doing these tests help to take out the guesswork so you can take exactly the supplements that you need to support your testosterone production. The next thing I would focus on is optimizing body composition. Being overweight can affect testosterone production as you can aromatize testosterone into estrogen. At the same time, you don't want to be too lean either. And I've seen many bodybuilders, their lab results after stripping down for competitions, they're super lean, they look amazing, but they feel like crap and they have low testosterone. And that's because being very lean can affect leptin signaling, leading to low testosterone levels. The optimal body fat percentage is in that 10 to 15% range. Even at 15%, you're still fairly lean. You want to make sure that you're getting the right balance of macronutrients. Carbohydrates and fats have favorable effects on long-term testosterone productions, and high protein intake in the context of with a very low carb diet can sometimes suppress testosterone levels. Same with ketogenic diets if that's not managed carefully. So you need healthy fats, you need proteins, and if you feel better on a high fat or high protein, low carb diet, you might want to do that during the day, then just add a little bit of carbohydrate in there at nighttime. This can also help with sleep quality, and that's another important factor which we'll talk about later to improve your testosterone. High protein diets also increase the need for nutrients like biotin, B6, molybdenum to help support sulfur metabolism. And when this is not optimized, that can affect testosterone. This is all checked in the Vibrant Wellness micronutrient test. Some longevity experts focus on suppressing mTOR for longevity, but this can also suppress testosterone production. And this is one of the reasons why you shouldn't take drugs like metformin unless you're a diabetic. This became a bit of a trend a while back for longevity, but it suppresses mTOR, but that can have long-lasting effects on your testosterone. mTOR is a growth switch inside your cells. Think of it as like your body's muscle building accelerator. When it's activated by proper training, nutrition, and amino acids like leucine, arginine, and glutamine, it triggers cells to build muscle and support testosterone production. And so while suppressing mTOR can help with longevity, you can do some intermittent fasting occasionally to help with that, but you don't want to be constantly suppressing mTOR. There's lots of magic testosterone boosting supplements out there, and most of them probably aren't that great. So we're going to talk about herbal medicine and how it can boost testosterone. Herbs have been used for thousands of years to help with fertility, and probably the best science-based herb is Tongat Ali. A meta-analysis shows that dosages between 100 milligrams and 400 milligrams for 6 months can increase testosterone levels by 14 to 55%. The effect is more noticeable in guys with low testosterone. Other herbs that can be effective are ashwagandha. This probably helps more for guys who are under a lot of stress, and the other ones would be fenugreek and Coleus forscoli. Taking a blend is probably the best option, but if you're going to choose one, stick with Tongat Ali. Next thing to boost testosterone is strength training. Weightlifting, resistance training has been consistently shown to promote healthy testosterone levels. Strength training can improve body composition, increase muscle mass, and reduce body fat, all factors linked to improved testosterone. While moderate endurance training has a mixed result on testosterone, overdoing high-intensity cardio or marathon training, triathlons, will have a negative effect on testosterone levels. Probably why marathon runners are so skinny. This is partly due to the stress hormones, inadequate recovery, and potentially poor nutrition. If you're sedentary, simply getting active can positively influence your testosterone. Start with strength training. 2 to 3 times a week is all you need to do to help boost your testosterone. Exercise is not just about boosting testosterone, but it's part of a holistic health program that can help your mental health, your cardiovascular health, and it's just one of the best things for longevity. The next factor we're going to talk about to boost testosterone is sleep. Sleep is actually one of the most important factors for maintaining healthy testosterone. Poor quality sleep, not getting enough sleep, and every time I see someone with sleep apnea, you can be guaranteed that they have low testosterone. And sometimes I've seen guys with low testosterone and I always quiz them on their sleep. And some people unknowingly have sleep apnea because your body's recovering at night, and that's when testosterone production happens. And studies showing that less than 5 to 6 hours per sleep a night can lower testosterone levels by 10 to 15%. And I've definitely seen a lot more, especially if you're combining it with being overweight and other factors. So aim for 7 to 8 hours sleep every night. And the other factor is trying to go to bed at a consistent time, but importantly, getting up at a consistent time. So if you sleep in by 2 or 3 hours of the weekend, that really changes the circadian rhythm. Number 8 is stress and its effect on testosterone. If you've got high cortisol, that is also going to impact your testosterone levels. Chronic stress can come from other factors like overtraining, poor sleep, work stress, family stress, emotional stress, and elevated cortisol interferes with the hormone balance, suppressing testosterone levels. This can lead to fatigue, low libido, weight gain, and cortisol can be measured along with the sex hormones in tests like the Dutch hormone test or the new Vibrant Wellness hormone Zuma. This test also measures other factors like environmental toxins, which we're going to talk about next, and that can impact your testosterone levels as well. So environmental toxins are endocrine disruptors, and there's a number of them that affect testosterone production and make it more likely that your body will start making more estrogen. And these are chemicals found in everyday products like beauty products that you put on your skin, deodorants, heating foods in plastics. A lot of industries will be using them, so sometimes your workplace might have a high environmental toxin load. So doing a test like the hormone Zuma can not only measure your sex hormones, adrenal hormones, cortisol, but also the key environmental toxins that could be affecting your hormones. I'll leave a link to that in the description below. Excessive alcohol consumption is a well-known inhibitor of testosterone production, and the picture of the guy with the beer gut tells that story. Alcohol suppresses your testosterone production and leads to increased estrogen. That's why you get the man boobs and the beer gut. Alcohol also impacts your sleep, which is another reason why it can impact on testosterone. So while the occasional moderate drinking, have 1 to 2 drinks 1 or 2 times a week is totally fine, frequent or heavy drinking will have a massive impact on your testosterone. One of the best things to do is do an alcohol-free month and see how you feel at the end of it. If you're going to drink alcohol, just stick to 1 or 2 drinks or go for low alcohol varieties and stay hydrated with other fluids as well. So they're the 10 best ways to boost your testosterone levels naturally. Find out where you're going wrong with whether it's sleep, whether it's too much alcohol, nutrient deficiencies, too much stress. So things like testosterone replacement therapy has its place, but it's not the first step. And if you start with that when you're in your 30s, 40s, even in your 50s, you're going to be on it for the rest of your life. For some guys, once you're over 50 to 60, sometimes TRT is the best thing. But still, optimizing your health with these methods will help to improve your overall health anyway. Let me know if you have any questions or comments below. And all the links to the tests I mentioned will be in the description as well.